So, I hear we're into some of the same stuff.
You are about to join the revolution.
The time has come. Your world will never be the same. You are listening to a sophisticated conversation.
Greetings and welcome to episode number 49 of the podcast Revolution.
Getting excited, Johnny. Getting excited.
All right, and for those of you who don't know, I am your host, John, also known as Johnny T and several other things, and I'm the host of the show, and I make this show happen, because without me, the show's not possible. And joining me from via Skype is someone in Germany who the show is very possible to exist without, Tab.
Boo.
Tab, how do you feel about Germany?
It's okay.
How do you feel about the German citizens?
People can suck my dick. So for those of you who can't distinguish between an audio clip and me actually talking, Johnny has procured audio clips of
People
me.
Can suck my dick.
So, Johnny, yeah, so be careful what you think I actually am saying in context.
All right, so Tab, I understand you have plenty of topics for the show today.
Yeah, I actually came up...
But before we get into this, episode 50 is the next one.
Yes.
So, but for some people might be listening to this show for the first time. It's doubtful, but some people could be listening for the first time. So, as foreign correspondent, would you like to inform some of these people what to expect?
Wait, did I just get my title back? Did I get re-promoted, or was that just you making a mistake?
Yes, you got your title back.
Awesome!
Okay.
So for those people who weren't paying attention during the opening theme, this show is all about sports and girls, sophisticated conversation, emails from the fans.
I'm pretty sure the sports and girls isn't in the current one anymore.
Well, if they had been listening from earlier on, they would know that.
Okay.
It's their own damn fault. Those people can suck my dick.
People can suck my dick.
Go on. So what can people expect from this show?
They can expect to have a fun time and learn a little bit too.
Okay. Learning, I guess, is fun.
It's an education. It's an educational program. I think we could get a show on PBS.
Beat that dick, Douglas! Yes, it's very educational. Alright, so, Tab, what topic would you like to discuss in this opening segment?
In the opening segment, I first wanted to bring up something I mentioned to you before. I'm actually kind of surprised that in the last episode you didn't ask Davi about knifing people, which is a big deal for K-Cap.
That's true. Well, K-Cap wasn't here. I'm sure that would have come up if K-Cap was here.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's not really so much a topic as it's just a small jab at K-Cap.
Something tells me that Davi's not knifing too many dudes over there.
Yeah,
I think he's knifing more like chickens at KFC.
Or at McDonald's. Or at whatever Pizza Hut. He was very irritated.
Yes, at the Pizza Inn.
I'm still confused on how military bases have restaurants. Yeah, I still don't like in my mind. There's like what a military base is, and it doesn't have restaurants.
No,
Johnny.
Yeah, that's a pretty interesting point. I mean, it's jobs and it's food, and it seems like, as Davi was saying, that it seems like it's a bit of a waste of money to be over there.
Yeah, like it seems to me like I can understand how having McDonald's might like improve morale, but just on a purely budgetary sense, like why? Why don't you just have decent chefs? Like having unhealthy garbage American food just doesn't seem to be like the right idea.
No, but I mean they're only doing military operations for 2 to 4 hours a day. And that's kind of troubling too, I think.
I feel like it's one thing to like only be spending 2 to 4 hours out there, you know, patrolling or whatever. But at least some of that like extra time, they should be doing army stuff, not playing video games. Like, why do they have access to video games? Like, what the hell is that?
People can suck my dick.
Yeah, in World War II, they didn't have video games. Hell, they were lucky if they had shoes.
That's true. So, all right. Yeah, that is what it is. But hopefully, Davi will be back on the show sometime soon, and he can tell us more about life over there.
Yeah, I mean, like even that, like, he was on Skype with us for, like, what, like, an hour?
Yeah, about
Like,
that.
what was that?
He had plenty of free time.
Yeah. But,
It's kind of like a resort where you have to work a couple hours a day.
and you might, like, might get killed.
Well, it's less
But
likely.
you're being paid. But
Yeah.
you're being paid.
Being paid quite a handsome sum.
Yeah, and if you die, then whoever your, whoever you leave your money to gets a shitload from your life insurance.
That's true. So, an interesting scenario, not to say the least.
Yes.
All right, what do you have next to bring to the table?
I was thinking about some books that I grew up reading or having read to me, and there's two series of books that came to mind. One of them, and they both fall under the genre of scary stories, but they're both very different.
May I
first is
guess which
Goosebumps.
one of them is?
Yeah, go for it.
Is one of them Goosebumps?
Yes.
Okay, and is the other one also by R.L. Stein?
No.
Okay, all right. So, all right, Goosebumps. And do you want to save the other one or discuss just Goosebumps right now?
Just Goosebumps right now.
Okay.
Goosebumps was like, they weren't really scary stories. They were scary if you were like 3.
Right.
Like if you were old enough to read Goosebumps, you weren't scared by Goosebumps. And they usually had like humorous twist endings, and they weren't bad, they weren't good, but like for the age group they were directed at, they were really good books to read. There were so many of them. Like, you came out like with a new one every week practically.
Yeah, they were very memorable, and some of them were parodies of more popular horror stories.
Yeah.
And it was a good way to get kids into reading. You there?
Yeah.
Okay. But so, why were you thinking about Goosebumps lately?
I don't know. It's mostly because I first thought of the topic, the second series, which we'll get to later. And then from there, I thought of the much more lighthearted stuff that was Goosebumps. And I mean, I think about, like, I read a lot of Goosebumps. Like, I probably read 30 or 40 of them. And I actually, the other day, well, when I say the other day, I mean like 2 months ago, I went online and looked through all of the plot synopses on Wikipedia, and it was such like a fun journey back in time. And also because like some of the stories were actually like at least fairly creative.
Do you still have the original books back home?
No, not anymore.
Would you
You
consider
probably-
buying them for your child?
Probably, yeah. I think I might.
And what are some of the more memorable plot lines for you?
Beast from the East
Oh, I have that one.
was yeah, I remember that one very distinctly. There was Night of the Living Dummy, Return of the Living. There was like
There were
4
many
of them all.
in the Dummy series.
Those, yeah. What else? Beast. I feel like Beast from the East was the last one I read, or at least the last one I remember reading, and that one like really stuck with me. How about you, John? Do you have any favorite memorable Goosebumps books?
I'd say the Living Dummy ones were pretty great, and Cuckoo Clock of Doom, obviously.
Oh yeah, that one was good. I remember that.
And was there one
Where
like
she,
Don't Go to the Basement or something like that?
Oh, probably. They didn't have the most creative names in the world.
And there was Attack of the Lawn Gnomes.
Oh man, for a second there, I was thinking to myself, and I was like, "Oh man, that was a good one." And then I remember that I was thinking of Page Master.
The Page Master?
I confused that with a Goosebumps book.
With Macaulay
Oh.
Culkin?
Yeah, I was thinking of the movie, but it was based off a book, actually.
Ah, very nice.
But yeah, with Macaulay Culkin. And I want to say Christopher Lloyd was the librarian.
I believe you're right.
Let me look that up. The Page Master.
Yeah, so some good nostalgic references. I have the Page Master video game for Sega Genesis.
Wait a minute. Who the hell? Wait, Patrick Stewart was in it?
I don't.
Who did he play?
I don't know. Maybe he was the voice for the pirate book.
Yeah, he was Adventure.
Yeah.
Whoopi Goldberg was Fantasy, and who the hell is Frank Welker?
He
was a voice. He's just a generic voice actor. Wait, and Leonard Nimoy was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? Holy shit.
That's some good talent in that.
Yeah. Well, good talent except for Macaulay Culkin.
That's debatable. I liked him when I was a kid.
Yeah, I mean, who didn't enjoy watching Home Alone? Like, seriously, just watching a kid beat the shit out of robbers, that's hilarious.
It made me want to do the same thing. Actually, let's get into that before we get into your other series of books. When you were a kid and you saw Home Alone, did you think of making your own contraptions to stop burglars?
Not that much, actually. I feel like I just never was that worried about burglars.
True. That's always been a phobia of mine. Now I always worried there was my room was over the stairway at my parents' house, and I always thought of taking this big bucket of toys and just dropping it on the burglar's head.
A bucket of toys, that'd do the trick, John. That would stop them cold.
I used to think it would.
I imagine a fairly large toy bucket, but individual toys being dropped on burglars wouldn't do much. If you drop the entire bucket, that might do it.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant. Dropping the literal bucket of toys. But all right, moving on. What is your next thing?
This one is really interesting because I only thought about recently is the series Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Now, I want you, Johnny, and I also want the listeners right now to go to Google, go to images, and Google search Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
All right, I will do that right now. While I'm doing that, discuss some more.
Well, no, you need to see the pictures, and that's where we'll start.
All right, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. All right, they're mostly black and white.
Yeah.
And there's some that have a little bit of color, like the clown head, kind of, with the smoking the pipe.
Right, but what's your general impression of these images?
There's one with someone hanging. It doesn't look like it's. It looks like it would give kids nightmares.
Yes, that's the point. See, the stories themselves are pretty scary. Nothing spectacular, but these images are horrifying. I remember when I was younger, there was a certain period of time where I wasn't scared of the stories. I wasn't even distinctly scared of the images. I was scared of the books themselves. That goes to show how how traumatizing these pictures were. There's a point where if it was at nighttime and I looked at the spines of the books on my bookshelf, I was looking for a book to read and I saw the spines of those books, I just I'd be terrified. I'd be worried something awful was about to happen.
Yeah.
But the thing is now that I'm an adult, I really appreciate the guy who did these. These are impressive. These are really scary. In a good way, in the sense that they're really well done.
Yeah.
But the stories themselves were really simple and pretty straightforward. But you combine them with these images, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't think I'd like to have those pictures on my wall. You should get that for some kid's birthday party as a joke, some kid who you hate.
Yeah, at this point, right now, I actually wouldn't mind having some of these pictures on my wall. Except then, if I died and people came in, they'd be like, "Oh my God, he was a serial killer."
Yeah, they're pretty interesting.
Yeah.
All right, I'm closing this page now. It's scaring me.
Yeah,
I'm trying to make one my background image.
So you can never sleep again.
Yes, the one with the woman that's kind of in the middle of the field.
Oh, let me.
Oh, that's all right.
No, which one? Which one is that?
Oh, that came out horribly. Oh my, I need to not do that. All right. Yes, this is interesting stuff.
Yeah, aren't you so glad I showed it to you?
So you used to be afraid just by looking at the spine of the book?
Yeah, the spine of the book was because I knew it.
That's pretty powerful.
Now. Yeah, I
mean... You are by far the biggest faggot I know!
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. The one with the woman in the field. Oh, yeah, that's good. It's rich. It's got texture to it.
Yeah, and I wonder what you think of the people who wrote this book.
People can suck my dick. Like, do you see the one with like the skull, dude? Not not like the clown with the pipe. It's on like the bottom of the first page.
Hang on a second. Which one?
It's pretty much just like a skull with a little bit of hair and
Yes.
just the teeth.
Yeah, that
Like
one.
that.
Sketchy. Those eyeballs are weird.
That would haunt your dreams forever. Yeah, like it almost looks like it's a photo. Oh, I just got the shivers. Oh. Oh.
Maybe we should calm it down a little bit.
Right.
Pretend
How about
to be
the
straight.
topic?
All right.
Yeah, it's
what's that?
it's like 10 o'clock where I am. I really shouldn't be looking at these pictures. I'm getting a little worried.
Maybe we should calm it down a little bit and pretend to be straight.
All right. It looks like it's about time for a commercial, so we'll be back right after this. From the magical kingdom of Walt Disney comes a film from the makers of The Rescuers Down Under, The Lion King, Aladdin, and Lilo and Stitch. Here is Sleeping Beauty in 3D. Here's a sneak peek. I am the king, and my daughter here got born, and there's these 3 fairies. And the first fairy here is gonna grant a wish, I guess. Flora, what do you got for me? Well, sir, I got you the gift of beauty for your daughter. Oh, that's amazing. And the next fairy, Fauna, what do you got for me? Fauna?
I got your daughter the gift of song.
Song, that's fantastic. Beauty and song, that's great. All right, Merryweather, what gift you got for my daughter, since there's no evil sorceress here to get rid of you?
I am gonna give her the gift of being the baby to blow dudes like nobody's ever seen. Like she's gonna be like, what? They're gonna be like, blah blah blah, and she's gonna be like, man, man, man. And she's gonna be like, oh my god, I've never been blown like this before. And she's like, I haven't even put my mouth on it yet. She's like, what? And she's like, and the air wraps around it, and he's like, oh.
Excuse me, fairy, stop.
Like,
Fairy, what is the meaning of this?
The king.
This is not the kind of wish that I would see in a lifestyle like this. What is the meaning of this?
Well, I just want your daughter to be able to do everything for her future husband or whoever.
Well, can her father be her future husband someday?
Whatever, you're the king.
Oh, hallelujah! This is great. Let's start some partying.
Bing! Best blowjob wish ever. Bing!
Sleeping Beauty coming in summer. All right, wasn't that an uplifting commercial? So, Tab, what correspondence do you have for us?
Well, I wanted to talk about where the fuck are the emails?
Where the fuck
I know.
emails?
This is usually your kind of thing to rant about, but really, like, why does no one email the show? Like, I know we only have a listenership of like 5 people, but you'd think they'd be able to email us,
That's true. So do the rallying cry so we can have several emails for episode 50.
Yeah.
Rally the troops.
Emailers assemble.
Go on.
Thundercats ho.
So what do you have to tell your fellow podcast
I don't know
listeners?
what you want me to do.
You have to rally the troops.
For every email we get for episode 50, we will donate $2,000 to a charity of your choice.
Actually, I did get an email.
Well,
this looks like a spam email, but it also doesn't. So, do you want me to read this email to you? From Sergeant Paker Morrison. It says, "My name is Sergeant Paker Morrison. I am one of the NATO soldiers serving in the military Libya for peacekeeping. I am seeking your kind assistance to move the sum of 25 million United States dollars. Kindly reply me for details. Regards, Sergeant Paker Morrison."
Wait. Say that. What's his name?
Sergeant
Baker Marison?
Baker Morrison, a NATO soldier, and he needs me to help him move the sum of 25 million United States dollars.
Wow, that's a realistic sounding name.
And the
He's a
title
NATO
of the
soldier
email is
in
I need
Libya.
assistance.
I didn't realize that NATO soldiers had 25 million US dollars. I really like how apparently NATO soldiers are in Libya.
I didn't even know they listened to this show. Well, that's great. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's surprising. Let me look up Paker more. How is Paker spelled?
Paker.
P-A-K Morrison.
Yes.
Oh, wow, look here. First result, internet scams exposed. Another scam from Sergeant Paker Morrison. Holy shit.
That
Thank you,
bastard.
internet.
Well,
Yeah, in fact, here's the... Oh, does yours mention how once the funds get to you, take your 30% and keep my 70%?
no, I did not. I
This one
didn't
has
get that
more
far, though.
Apparently you don't get to keep all the money.
God damn it. Well, I guess spam emails are better than no emails.
Yeah, I mean, spam emails, or at least we can respond to them.
Damn that Baker Morrison.
Well, maybe he knows Davi.
Maybe he does.
Davi's...
Davi is pretty computer savvy.
We should ask him the next time Davi's on the show.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind.
We should ask him if he knows Baker Morris.
Actually, it does look like we got an email from oh wait, never mind. I've already seen this one from Ramon. But actually, no, there is a new one from Ramon. Tab. I'll forward it over to you. Do you think you could read this email from Ramon?
Yeah.
Okay. And just let me know once you have it. But yes,
Okay.
emailing the show is a great way to interact with us. If you're too afraid, or if you're unable to come on the show yourself, anybody's welcome to join us on the show. And for episode 50, we're going to try to do something special, but no announcements yet. So, Tab, are you almost ready? Do you have it yet?
Almost. Let me just check.
I'm halfway there.
So, oh, did we lose him? No, you're still there.
Yeah.
All right, what are you trying to do? You ready?
No, it hasn't shown up yet.
Oh, that's weird. Anyways, so moving on to Home Alone, it is interesting that those movies made so much money when they're pretty simplistic, and I don't know. Does it hold up for you over time, Tab? Do you still feel the same way about Home Alone as you did when you were a kid?
I don't find it entertaining anymore. I don't really see any humor in it. I can appreciate when I did see humor in it, but now I just don't care.
And how do you think your parents felt when they were bringing you to see it? Did it entertain them?
Probably.
Can you recall?
I don't remember. I don't remember if I ever saw it in theaters. I remember we taped it on TV at one point. Well, back in the day where we had VCRs.
Right.
And so we always watched that. Like, we never watched it on television. We always watched the tape.
Did you ever get a Talk Boy? After Home Alone 2?
What's a Talk Boy?
The device that he uses, the little thing that you put a tape in, and it has the microphone, and it can change your voice.
We had something sort of like that.
Was it a Yak Back?
I don't know. It was like a little like megaphone.
Ah, interesting. Okay. Have you received the email yet?
I think so. Let me just double check again.
Because I know you're particularly fond of reading the Ramon emails. I didn't want to take your thunder away.
Is this the one? Did you send this to me earlier? Is this the one that's Goodwill Hunting?
No, that one we've already read.
Let me. Is that it? One sec.
All right. Do you have it?
No, I don't. It isn't here. I don't know why.
All right. Let me resend it to you really quick.
Oh man! My dad turns me on.
You are tearing me apart.
All right. Well, we wait for that to forward over to Tab. Do you have any other topics you'd like to discuss?
Let's see. Yeah, I've got written here Donald Trump for Prezi.
Yeah, that would be pretty terrible. But a
Yeah.
lot of people that I work with seem to think that it's a reality.
Here's the thing, like, it'd be one thing if he ran. It would be a different thing if he won. If he won, I'd be like, you know what? I'm not coming back ever.
I'd rather have him for president than Sarah Palin, but that's not saying much at all.
Yeah, that isn't saying much.
But a lot of people I work with think that that they took an informal poll at my cafeteria table the other day, and people said that they think there's a 70% chance that he'll be the next president. That's absurd.
Okay, so you did a survey, and the result of the survey was they think, based on nothing. Wow, that's...
Yes, and they thought I was ridiculous for thinking that Obama had an 80% chance of being reelected.
I don't want him to be reelected for a very simple reason. Because pretty much my entire life, it's been presidents being reelected. I've been alive for 22 years, and I've had 3 presidents.
That's not a very good reason.
Or 4 presidents.
That's a terrible reason. You might be doing a good job, but I want someone else.
Yeah. No, but like he's nothing. It's one of those things where like if he got replaced by someone who was, I don't know, competent, like I don't see why he has to run again.
I'm sure I'd run again. But
like I can understand the mindset of this guy won once. Like, what's gonna stop him from he'll probably win. Like, that'll increase the odds of him winning again. But if they do that, the Democratic Party is making no motivation to improve further. They're just like, we're good with Obama.
Well, imagine growing up in the 30s when FDR was president like 4 times in a row.
Yeah, but FDR was a badass motherfucker.
So you're saying Obama couldn't hold his own in a street fight?
He couldn't hold his own in a street fight against 3 bears.
All right, do you have that email yet?
Yes, I actually do.
All right. Let's get to the Ramon email.
Yeah, let me just warm up my email reading voice. All right. T and my good friends on the show. I've given up hunting. I'm not really good at it. I just keep murdering animals in my backyard with a shovel, and it hasn't been working very well. But I have my new hobby, trains. I don't really know what that means, so what I've been doing is taking all the animals that I've been capturing and putting them out on the train tracks in front of my house and watching as the trains run them over. One time, I put a couple deer on the tracks, and the train hit it, and it derailed, and a whole bunch of people died. So now I have to move because of all the train wreckage and burning corpses. Do you have any suggestions on how I could improve my hobby? I don't know what trains I'm supposed to do. Your friend.
All right, Ramon. First of all, I don't believe you're being truthful with us because I think you'd be in jail right now and not being able to email us if that was the case. Or maybe it's jail kind of like where Davi's in Kuwait and he's allowed to like play on the internet all day. But no, seriously though, something tells me Ramon might be having some psychotic dreams or something.
Yeah, I mean, like, how do you go? You know, what's a good hobby? Trains, and you go, I don't know what that means. So I'm gonna put dead animals on the train. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. So
it sounds like he heard like briefly on a show the idea of having model trains and only really caught like the last word of that episode.
Aha!
you figured it out. But Ramon, clearly it seems like you're having a little bit more fun, anyways, without your lady friends.
I mean, honestly, putting dead animals on train tracks is slightly better than what he was doing in his last email, which was essentially catching animals and torturing them.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about like Guantanamo Bay torture. I'm talking about like Saw 5 torture.
Yeah, but that's if you actually believe what he's saying to us. I think he just has an overactive imagination, and it's great that he has an outlet for his imagination.
Well, I mean, I don't know if he has an overactive imagination or if he's just, having some serious issues now that he's cut himself off from his freakish relationships with horrible...
He-she's.
Yeah, man boys.
Man boys?
Well, they're not really women at all half the time.
But, Ramon, so maybe you should get into writing, Ramon. Maybe you should write us a poem or a story for next time.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't that be nice to have a little section where we do like a short reading from his story?
I think that would be excellent. So, Ramon, continue to better yourself. Stop with this fake torturing animal nonsense that we know you're not doing. Hopefully you stopped wetting the bed. And we will talk to you soon.
Oh, Ramon. Oh.
Yeah.
People can suck my dick.
Dude, don't quote me on that. Ramon's gonna show up at my house. He's gonna
suck my dick.
He's gonna make the long journey across the ocean and just rape me in my sleep.
Shut up, cunt.
How do you know he's not already there?
Dude, don't say things like that. I've already got scary stories to tell in the dark in my head. Now I've got Ramon. Ugh.
You are by far the biggest faggot I know.
Shut up, Pat.
All right, looks like it's time for another break. So we'll be back after this.
Mr. Manager, you wanted to see me?
Yes, Ronald, I do have some good news for the establishment. Now, Ronald, I know you understand that we are involved in a lawsuit from Grimmeth, who claims that we've made him into a fat mother.
That's right.
But the good news is that McDonald's, the business, has been dropped from the suit. We are no longer liable for Grimmeth's fatness. Only you are a plaintiff.
What? What do you mean?
A defendant. Yes, only you are a defendant. You are being sued for making Grimmeth fat.
But
what, Ronald?
But you guys are going to help me, right? Like, you're going to pay my legal fees.
Oh, absolutely not.
What?
You have our full support emotionally, but we'd love to have you still be working here at minimum wage. But if you win this lawsuit, that's great. If you don't win, we'll find some other clown on the street.
But
what, Ronald?
So I'm on my own? You guys are just abandoning me? But if I lose, I'm going to have to pay $7 trillion.
Ron, do you see that clock? Your theft just started. Get to work.
Okay. Oh, man, I'm not going to have enough time to put a defense together. I hope some of my friends visit the restaurant so I can ask them to be character witnesses. I can only hope that they'll show up.
Hey, Ronald, it's me, Birdie.
Oh, Birdie, I'm so
Give me my
glad
Birdie special.
What's the Birdie special?
The same thing I order every day, goddammit.
Okay, but while you're here, I was hoping that you might be able to help me and be a character witness at my trial. Because
yeah, I bet you like that. You know what else I'd like? I'd like if you let me make a nest in your hair, but you didn't let me, did you? So fuck you, Ronald.
Oh my. Oh, bye, Birdie.
Bye, you jack off.
Oh, I thought she was my friend.
Yo, give us our food, clown.
Oh, hi, Nugget Kids.
Hey,
What
we're
do
the
you want?
Nugget Kids, and you don't call us the Nugget Kids. Understand? That's our word.
Okay, the Nugget Kids.
Goddamn honky clown bitch foo. Give us our food, goddammit.
Well, I'm sorry about mislabeling you, but I was hoping you guys could be character witnesses at my trial, because Grimace is suing me for $7 trillion.
Why would someone sue you, a honky ass bitch?
Because apparently he thinks it's my fault that he got obese of all the food that he ate here.
This food is some greasy ass shit. Now give us our food, Nugga. You ain't no Nugga.
Oh, kids, yes, here's your food. Have a good day. I hope you're McLovin' it.
Bitch.
Oh, they didn't help me either. I thought I knew who my friends were.
Hey, Ronald. How about a shake?
But Grimace, what are you doing here? You're suing me for giving you food.
I'm hungry, and this is the only place next to my house.
But this is ridiculous. You're suing me for $7 trillion because of this food.
And I like it. It's so good. You got me addicted, Ronald. Now if I don't eat it, then I start convulsing and I start turning orange. Give me my food, Ronald.
I can't believe this. Why would you do this to me, Grimace? You're my friend.
Because I'm a fat mother. No one wants to have sex with me, Ronald.
Wait, you have it bad? I'm dressed as a clown 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Nobody wants to blow a clown. You know what? I might as well just blow my goddamn head off with a shotgun. Nobody would miss a dead clown.
I wish you would, Ronald.
So much stress. So much stress with you.
Thanks for the shake, Ronald. Bye.
Get out of here, Grimace. Get out of here. Just leave me alone.
Bye,
Nobody's ever gonna help
girlfriend.
me. I might as well just put myself. What? Nobody ever
Ronald,
me.
it
I
is
can't
me.
believe.
It is me, the man McCheese, and I'm dining at your establishment.
Mayor McCheese, what are you doing here?
I'm here because I want a burger that has cheese on it.
I can do that. I'll get you a McBurger, or whatever they are called here. I honestly don't know how I became a manager.
Oh, so Ronald, why do you look so sad?
Because I'm surprised you didn't know. I'm getting sued by Grimace for $7 trillion.
Is Grimace that fat guy who I just saw leaving the store?
Yeah, and now,
I'd sue someone too if I was a fat load like that.
yeah, but no, none of my friends are helping me. I need character witnesses. I can't afford $7 trillion, and I can't afford to go to jail or get my sweet butt cherry taken from me.
Ronald, is it true that what makes your buns so different from everyone else is that you have sesame seeds on your buns?
I guess. But Mr. Mayor McCheese, can you help me? You have political power. You're the mayor.
Well, I do not want people to take the sesame seeds off your buns in jail, so I will do my best to help you on one condition.
Well, what is that?
Go back to the freezer and find me the carcass of that kid you cut up a few weeks ago and feed me.
You want me to make you a burger out of that kid who died?
A cheeseburger.
What? Why would you think that we still have him? I mean, we do, but why would you know that?
I am the mayor, goddammit, now feed me, 'cause I love McDonald's.
Okay. Oh my god, I'm cutting this dude up again. Oh my god. Now I'm grilling the cheese on this dead dude. Oh my goodness. Oh. McDonald's is still sometimes people.
Wait, what was that?
Great. When you had food poisoning and I was playing Mario Galaxy in your room.
Yes, I do remember that.
And then the next day I stopped by to make sure you were alive.
That was very considerate of you. Oh, look, we're back. Alright, so wasn't that a great commercial about McDonald's? Followed by Tab talking about food poisoning.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good times.
Yes. All right. So we're in our final segment of the show, and for those of you who are first-time listeners, we usually end each show with recommendations, and we will get to that. But first, Tab has a couple things he wants to talk about.
Yeah, first I want to talk about my favorite romantic comedy of all time, a little thing called The Descent.
A romantic comedy. That's not how I remember.
Yeah, it's a bunch of women who get together after some loss. The main character's daughter is killed. They get together to kind of get to cheer themselves up, and they go spelunking, and they're having a lot of fun. And then they all get murdered by cave monsters.
That look exactly like Gollum.
Yeah, sort of.
Okay, so why do you want to talk about this movie?
Because within the first 10 minutes of that movie, I suddenly realized that I really wanted every single one of the characters, and they're all women, to die, and then they did. It was like the movie read my mind and granted me wishes.
That's a good movie. So, why did you want them all to die?
They were all just very kind of petty or aggravating bull dyke lesbians. There's nothing wrong with being a lesbian or even a bull dyke lesbian, but they were just very abrasive personalities.
Okay. So, but the movie read your mind and killed them all for you.
Yes.
Excellent. You know what that kind of reminds me of? Is this film that I had to watch in high school, or in elementary school. It was a 13-episode educational TV program called The Voyage of the Mimi, starring a very young Ben Affleck. And basically they were on a crew of the boat called the Mimi, and they explored the ocean and tried to find humpback whales. It was on PBS, and it was particularly terrible. So, do you know anything about this show?
I just looked it up on Wikipedia, and I've definitely never seen it before.
Yeah, so there was a bunch of people on the boat. One of the crew members was blind, and another one was black, so obviously he didn't belong. But no, that's a joke. But anyways, the show was nobody, and the kid Ben Affleck and his grandfather were on the boat, and nobody in my class really liked the grandfather or anybody. But we watched the show, and there was one episode where there was a storm, and me and my friends were saying, "Oh, that would be so great if the grandfather, who was trying to repair the sail off on the side, if he fell in the water and died." Well, we almost got our wish. He did fall in the water, and he almost died. But instead, all the characters got in a sleeping bag naked with him. So that part was kind of weird. But it was particularly hilarious when he fell off the boat, and me and my friends were the only people in the class laughing. Everyone else was horrified.
Wow, I just read apparently the actual boat, the Mimi, was commandeered by Nazis during World War II.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. That boat has some great history. All right, moving on. Back to The Descent. Do you have anything else to say about that?
The Descent? Not really. It's a bad movie. In the past, I'd say 10 years, horror movies have been intentionally making the main characters unlikable. So when they die, with the idea that if you don't like them, their deaths, which are inevitable, will be more enjoyable. But ideally, it was better when it was unintentionally done, where the characters weren't intended to be unliked, but they were. That was better.
Okay. Fair enough. Good point. All right, what do you got next for us?
High school according to movies is just like what I wrote down.
All right, this sounds like a cracked article. Well, no, that sounds like this could be a cracked article that you could write.
Yeah, but it's my continued griping with the fact that that high school movies seem to portray high school as there's a number of things that have always bothered me. One is the fact that they seem to have hours between each class in which you can just hang out in those hallways. That's my first thing. I had I think 10 minutes between each class, which is really just enough time to get to class and sit down. I don't know who the fuck are these people who are hanging out in the hallways. No, get to class and sit down. That's what you do. The other thing that always has bothered me is you know how in movies how there's always those popular girls who are complete bitches. And
wait, before you get to the bitchy popular girls, I want to refute your first statement. Let's say you go to a very small high school and there's 10 minutes between classes, and your classes are right next to each other. Then you could have 10 minutes between classes to chat it up. And I don't see movie conversations between classes usually go further than 10 minutes.
But and also in movies, they always seem to go past the bell. It's always like the bell rings and it's like, oh, gotta get to class. It's like, no, you're late for class.
Well, potentially those classes have warning bells, or the kids just don't care about authority.
I guess.
But moving on, the bitchy girls, go ahead.
It's one of those things where you always have like there's the unpopular girl, and there's like the popular ones who either A, don't know she exists, or are complete like whore bitches. And it's one of those things where like no one does that. Like just no one does that. Like there isn't interaction between those groups like that.
Mm-hmm. I think it might depend where you go to high school, but in your experiences, you did not experience that ever?
Nothing like that. Nothing so I don't know, cliched. Like nothing in movies like that has ever been like I've never watched a movie that takes place in high school and gone like, oh, that's kind of realistic. It's always like, what?
True. And a lot of these actors never really went to a normal high school. Alright, what else do you have?
Oh, what movie it's a very popular old movie, high school movie that a lot of people like, and even I can respect, but I don't like it, is The Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club? Yeah, a lot of people like that. Saturday Detention.
Yeah, not the hugest fan of that movie.
And why is that?
Well...
And I'm not either. I just want to hear your reasons.
Yeah, I mean, even at the most basic level, one of the first things I didn't like about it, and now I look at it, and it's like one of the stupidest reasons not like it, but the nerd kid doesn't get a chick.
Yeah, that is unfortunate for him.
Another thing I don't really like is I don't really know the name of any of them except for Molly Ringwald and Emilio Estevez, but the goth chick, she gets her makeover and she looks so much worse. And also it raises the question of where the hell did they get an entire other outfit for her?
They must have raided someone's locker in the gym.
Yeah, I mean after they finished smoking pot.
That's
which is apparently what everyone did back then.
Back then? I believe that's still a popular practice among the youth of today.
I guess. I prefer not to think about it.
And how do you feel about people who do things like that, Tab?
People can suck my dick.
Okay. How about that? All right, so Tab, anything else you'd like to discuss?
Not really. Johnny, do you have anything?
Not really. So we can get into recommendations. So what would you like to recommend this week, Tab?
I want to recommend Hollywood actors.
Okay. What kind of Hollywood actors?
Say again?
What about Hollywood actors?
Really just an actor you like in movies they've been in that like why you like them. Not just be like, oh, I like this actor because he is in movies. But kind of talk about like specific roles that you really liked about him. Ideally choosing, even if it's someone who's very mainstream, not just talking about like the few things that they're really well known for, but talking about other things.
Okay. So would you like to start?
Yeah, I would like to start and recommend, say that it's not so much I'm recommending, but saying that I really like Harrison Ford. And I'm actually not going to talk about him in Star Wars or Indiana Jones. Those are just kind of independent things in my mind. You know, it's those are him playing characters, and there's a lot of other movies where it's him playing him in a good way. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was thinking about earlier today. I was thinking about the movie Witness, which was
it's very good.
A good movie with him
in the Amish community.
Yeah, and he just played a cop, which is I think he plays a cop really well. Because it's something you don't notice so much in Indiana Jones and in Star Wars, but he's got that really gruff voice when he wants to. K-19, the Widowmaker, was great, and he did a pretty good job of having a Russian accent.
Okay.
Blade Runner was pretty good.
Not bad, not bad. So yes, Harrison Ford brings a lot to the table, and he always does a good job, except maybe not in Indiana Jones 4, but that might not be his fault.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. It's Indiana Jones 4 is an okay movie as long as you don't think too much about the fact that A, it's an Indiana Jones movie, and that it's an Indiana Jones movie. Like,
Sure.
the plot's kind of stupid, but the movie itself isn't inherently just not a good Indiana Jones movie. You know?
Right.
Oh, though I'm actually kind of excited. The movie Cowboys and Aliens, it stars Daniel Craig, but it also has Harrison Ford in it.
Oh, good for you.
But I don't think it's going to be a good movie.
We'll find out.
Yes, we will.
All right, so that's very good, Harrison Ford. Check out his movies, everybody. And I'm torn between two actors who I find very good. I mean, I've talked about Joseph Gordon-Levitt a lot on the show and his merits. So instead of talking about him, I'll just say revisit old episodes to hear me ranting about his work. I will discuss another actor who is very critically acclaimed, but has never actually won any awards, and that's he's actually been in a movie with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and that's Leonardo DiCaprio. Now, I know a lot of people weren't crazy about him after Titanic, but he's come a long way, and he's actually one of the better actors out there right now. I can't think of a really bad movie that he's been in. Can you?
I don't think so, but I really can't think of many movies he's been in. I'm just not that familiar with his career. Let me quickly hit the...
Okay, well, I could describe, like, Inception, obviously. That's his most recent. He was in Shutter Island, and a couple years before that, he was in Revolutionary Road, which was actually a really good movie based off an excellent book.
Was that with Kate Winslet?
It was, and people going into that movie might think they're getting a sequel to Titanic, but they'd be in for a very, very rude awakening. Because he smashes a lot of stuff in that movie and fights with Kate Winslet rather frequently.
Did you see the trailer for Titanic 2?
The joke trailer?
Yeah.
Yes.
Except I think they actually made that movie.
Without Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Right. But yes, and a lot of people don't like him. He's like the Hillary Clinton of movie making. But he's actually pretty good.
Have you seen him in What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
I have not.
It stars Johnny Depp, and Leonardo DiCaprio's character is, if my memory serves, he's mentally handicapped.
In the wheelchair?
No, not in a wheelchair, just dumb.
Okay.
And he's like, I want to say he's maybe like 12 or 13, and then Johnny Depp's like, I don't know, maybe 19. So it's kind of weird, because it's like one of those things you're like, wait a minute, I didn't realize there was that age difference.
Yeah, and Leonardo DiCaprio is also in the movie This Boy's Life with Robert De Niro. It's a pretty good movie.
He's also in that great movie Romeo and Juliet.
I think it's Romeo plus Juliet.
Oh, wow, yeah, you're right, it is. It is Romeo plus Juliet.
Yes, and that movie, a lot of people were actually fans of it. I thought it was an okay adaptation, but it was what it was.
I remember we watched that in high school, and you know how there's that scene where Romeo, like in the original Romeo and Juliet,
the vault?
where he visits Juliet like at night, and they don't sleep together, they just sleep together.
Yeah.
Well, in the movie, so we're watching the movie, and it's like I think at this point he's taking his shirt off because he's injured or whatever, and I whispered to one of my friends, and I'm like, take your shirt off. And then he did, and then they did it, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not what happens in the play. What the fuck?
But that reminds me, we had to watch that movie or scenes from it when I was in college in a Shakespeare class after we read the actual Romeo and Juliet. And even though we were watching it, and even though everybody had seen it a million times and knew what was happening, there was one girl in the class who was like, don't do it, when he was like taking the poison. And like she started crying after. I was like, you're a stupid bitch.
Well, actually, I'm looking at his filmography, and I'm going backwards now. Inception, Shutter Island, Revolutionary Road, The Departed, Blood Diamond, The Aviator.
I think you skipped Body of Lies.
Oh, no, I'm skipping some.
Okay.
Gangs of New York, Catch Me If You Can, Man in the Iron Mask,
Excellent
Titanic,
movies.
Romeo plus Juliet.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, and then you get to like the younger stuff, and then it barely counts.
But yeah, The Departed, that's one of my favorite movies. Like
Yeah, that was pretty good.
he doesn't take bad roles really.
Yeah, I remember.
Do you think we'll ever see a day where he does a romantic comedy?
He did Titanic.
Fair enough.
Actually, no. This is one of my points of pride. I have never, and hopefully never will, have seen Titanic.
It's actually a pretty good movie.
Oh, I'm sure it's fine. I just haven't seen it.
Okay, but if you ever see it on TV, I'd watch for a little bit.
The Aviator had a great one line from Alec Baldwin.
The one word line.
Yeah. Single word.
Single syllable.
Yeah.
But that movie was pretty good, except very, very excruciatingly long.
I think I'm not. I'd like to make the comment that long movies are making a comeback, but if they did, they'd be done poorly. But old long movies were great, just great. Most notably, Spartacus was amazing because it has an intermission.
Yeah, more movies now should utilize that, but I don't think people have the patience.
Well, yeah, I mean, but that's the problem because back in the day, if you made it going to the movies was like going to the theater, long movie.
Like
So
people used to dress up to go to the movies.
Yeah, and now it's like, you want to make a movie that's 3 hours long? No, we'll just make it in 2 parts. I'm looking at you, Harry Potter.
More like Harry Twatter, am I right?
More like faggot.
All right, looks like that's a good way to end the show. Tab, say goodbye to our listeners.
Goodbye.
Well, do you have any words, any parting words for them?
People can suck my dick.
Be smart.
All right, you're turning into a bee, kind of. All right, so yes, Tab says be smart.
People can suck my dick.
Yes, Tab. And I would like to say
People can suck my dick.
Tab, I'm trying to talk.
People can suck my dick.
Tab, I'm trying to.
People can suck my dick.
All right, that's enough. All right, Tab, stop it.
What'd I do?
All right, so I'd like to thank our listeners. I'd like to thank Ramon for emailing us. And I'd like to thank Sergeant Paker Morrison.
Baker Morrison.
And I'd like to thank me, because without me, the show's not possible. So everyone, send your emails to podcastrevolution@gmail.com. And please continue to write into the show, because it makes us feel good about ourselves. So, goodbye. Das Vidania.
Jeez.